ninga kumbeka uburaro ubw'abantu barararemo mwe hatumwa Amerika ruwazayo bija kwereze sente zo kugura ryato kurambuza abantu anyanja bine za roni izuba kwereza kurugamya akenda kushika myaka 15 kandi muri yecho no wasokutunga n'imyaka 3 eba yeta Grace bataka kwihiraho sente nyingi kugira ngo umwe nikaturebe roni yawe ko era bene ukora bino bahereza mwe sente zo kugura ibyoma kandi mwaba muri nkabahinji mwine za group kuruga abantu 50 kwika abantu 800 mwetebekanisha mu society cooperative society ninga mwine company aho no basokutunge sente ezo kugura ibintu byo kukosa nkabahinji yo kombeka stoha ninga kugura za machine zo mukubana umwenda mwaba mu group yo kuruga abantu 50 kwika 800 basokwereza capital word yo mushubuzi wanonda kushubura katuje ngo ushubura nk'ebicori ninga no shubura nk'ebihimba eba kweta bulk purchase produce mbwe ntatu wanonde sente zo kushubura ebihimba kushubura za simisimu engenderwaho yihanga eba kweta development plan yihanga na banke yorecherire kora mbwe wanonda gukora project nayo no bakuyamba ukwakubasa kugikora yuwe inekiteka konke kiteka cyo cyakagire mu nkora bihandiko kwikaho rize kutungire sente kandi nkaba mwabataka tungire za businesses ziryo mbihandiko no shanga umuntu nokoraho oyino mudara to registered torchi mbwe nabone babete informal sector nyekorera kange hatabo nabumba kwereza amagezi kurgo muryeriye nkore yorumu etine bihandiko okazo mu nkore ya business eine bihandiko erukhereze mshoro ejo niyo bayeta ngo business advisory service bakwereza amagezi kandi hariho nabandi abo kwenda kutandika za business eba kubasa kwereza loan kurga miliyoni 50 ka billioni 5 umyaka 5 kandi umuryecho echikwetaga na security ninge msingo nobasokose ndagano yitaka nobasokosa echapa inizina na amanywa akakusayiningiraho hatogwe nobamweta guarantee ningo kare professor nkanye member parliament nkafutera ho mukono hatu nono mbangana sachi ogwe nobamweta guarantee mbwene guarantee ogwe abantu bamanyangu nesente zakurema hino kwara kuyambe ejo eine experience ninga enkora yayo ebintu ebine bimanya kugira ngo eriyo ne kwata banka yayo reka ngo yo yayambere za group zikushika 100 kandi yaherize billion 50 umbanta bakurisa umbanta bine abo kwinga ebihingwe ebye muza oil abantu abo kwinga omwani 80,000 farmer beneficiaries yaheriza abantu kuka emitwaro 8 mbweshi omuntu orukuza kuyambwa nabayinde bintu naba nakora ataninga ubwa mushija bwe mbabura buta baza kugira ngo wiwe oshemeye kuyambwa n'uburyota echo kubanza ebintu byo kwenda gukora mu business ya oshemeye kuba ohandikirwe or registered company yawe ninga group yawe eshemeye kuba yihandikise ecyakashatu nubareba business yawe ne ya muringoki ni business eri kutandika ninga ni business etwireho is it beginning ne kutandika ninga etwireho ecyakana business yawe ji ndeba sokugira amagoba ninga teine magoba abo kuba ekintu cyowaza kutandika uriyo no tomera ninga nkibaso kugira mu muramwa kirigemu ecyakatano character yiwo muntu wo kutandika business ningimwe abantu abariyo nubahagira business eji mu rubantu ki muri abanyaji ninga numushashura abako ari umuntu uri kugenda akazo musakweja kariyeji akatoroka kazambara kariye ibanja akiho kwe senta kashashuroku mbwene bakucuminteriza bareba ngo uri omunyaji hata hon bakwira recherra kunka ko kuboryo muntu murunje bakumanya nguryo muntu rukushashura na cyaro nubakumanya naho korra mbakumanya hate cyo nacyo nubakireba ecyamukaga nubareba business yawe kashe mishoro ya government oragishashwireho barebe mishoro yawe oragishashwire ninga tukagishashuraga ecyamushanju imwe kabakama ba business ninga ba group mwaza kuteka hoki hati ono ndaba kwesente yuto kwenda kutaha kantu aroko mucyaro butukubantu twantushaba abantu ngo bataho musako ocyumjiro tunoshashure mutwarena hajya tukazaba nyingi mbesho muntu waremwa kushashure mutwarena nojyangu naja kubasa roni ya miliyoni ngwenu mbareba iyo waza kuteka hoki no baso kuteka ho bicweka 10 kushika bicweka nkagari 10 konka kurigirira project yawe yo kuza gukora konko ino kuchitaho ecyamunana nbareba iwe ne musingo cyo gwaza kutekaho iwe noza kuteka hoki konke cyo nkirigirira ubani business yaba man make ubani business yokorwa ba yusi aminyeto ubane y'abakazi mbwe naho nkirigirira baza kushaba umusingo nabwe mbareba kurigirira okori ecyamwenda aroza group ezo kureba nguzirika bazeta ngwezo zir special ojo tu group eji kurigiriro kweri nho bakutandika konka mbwe n'abantu abandi benda kuyamba hata abone baso kureba hona shi billion 50 nozi basa konka mbwe ko rutakubasa billion 5 konka million arho ebhandiko bibakushaba wanoza kushaba sente ecyo kubanza imwe nka company ninga group yanyu mwine echandiko chikoreka kumwajiro murchiko muki itontwija koma ar million 200 kashatkoro no shaba million 5 kandi chandiko kuchenchi jarangu mukomari million 200 kandi yokanoza kushaba million 5 hati bare ba resolution echimwashazire mu meeting yanyu general meeting mukashara muki ekinde chandiko mbareba business yanyu eine plan eine plan kumanyangu umwaka ogu mwenda koreki umwaka ogu mwenda koreki omyaka 5 mwenda koreki plan mujine nka business ecyakashatu nibarebe bhandiko byese nto kutwenza kora omyaka 2 ebhandiko byanyu nibyoreka ki nibyoreka mushuma hansi muzahiguru esente muzibire muzikozise ki mbwene bakupima mu myaka 2 bareba business yawe ryeta ecyakana hati we security nonda kutayo ki oine cyoriyo nojo tumbwene kutureto atunga rono mu UDB ekiri cyo twataho ngunka security yitu na cyecho bakereba ekindi bareba za agreement ningashi okwikiriza no kokozerana nabandi abo twire nokora nabo ebhandike byo twire no signinga nabandi byo nibegamba ki kasho inobwa mushijo bukoreka ngo nogendera amateka company yawe yaneshashura eneseka ngo otura no shashura emishoro ya URA ningo tura nonyaga ekindi bareba ba director bakama ba company bo nubantu ki bemerire bata ebhandiko byabo birbita ba staff company yawe ninga group ba staff abo koramu ebhandiko byo birbita ninga bo batwire mbako sabata kore washaba billioni ba staff bawe obundi konkaba yoreka ngu bine special programs ubakureba ngu konkaji group kere nergo witshema one bibinde twashabe byona nebasa mbene kandi bino kugira ngu wabo business yawe ine bhandiko oine national identity card oine nobiko musako oine bhandiko byokoreka sento ko kuzikoso musako korobe no tungaro no musako kandi bareba mu myaka 3 ebintu birbeta mbene aho nayo harho program yo kureba ngu group seze zikurwa mu cyaro tubakugumiza munonga bakakushaba nkebya bakampara hati bareba kurigirira ukoro ryo mu cyaro beno biko musako kandi tubaza kushaba za statement seza Stanbic na nahandi amuheru yayoreka ngu weza kwetebekanisa bine kibakweta checklist cyo kurebera okay ha max ntwendeki utakatira application yawe niyo no yechebera echinchine echitinchine weza kwechebera application yawe ningo kushaba kwawe no kuherezayo ko kuherezayo bamba kushizman baso kushaba nebindi bihandiko bajye kurgira application yawe yathereza habura mweki ningo twongereki ecyo kibayita additional information derebe byona byaho ukushara muno kwa banka ejo niyo highest court of appeal banka niyo ine okusharamu ekyamuheru mbweno mushijo go kwiyatshomesa ekikuru no kwetebekanisa kandi wowe no kugumirwa mu kwetebekanisa boni bijamba kuyamba kura yetebekanisa kandi bine sente ezaba magara make magara gayongeraho amagara mahango kurugirira ekitekateko cyawe okukiri umushija niko yashomesa atyo nanye byo niko nabikwata mwe bare munonga kumpuririza.
Ntuzagumizamo rimanya presentation yabaho ubundi ntabasa kuba bibuzo bimo kwenda kubuza, so ntwija kutunga a Q&A. For those who don't understand the language, we shall have a question and answer session to address some of the burning questions that you might have around the financing from UDB. But before we do that, allow me recognize the presence of the Bishop of Ankole Diocese, Dr. Sheldon Mwesugwa. You're welcome, my Lord Bishop. So at this juncture, allow me invite all UDB staff to come to the front. What we're going to do is have the team introduce themselves. We've come with a team of professionals, various professionals and competencies, various professions. Gashi twizena team waine chibuzo ntuza kutunga question and answer session. Tubabuze tutunge okumanyisibwa about UDB financing. So I'll ask you to introduce your names and what you do in the bank.
Good morning, everybody. Protocol observed. I'm called Were Area Funa, Investment Manager, Special Program, taking care of women financing, youth financing, and SME financing. Thank you.
Amazina ganje ne banyeta Steven Kakonge, nyowe ninkora n'abalimi, Agriculture Manager.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Head Project Preparation, and we are with.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Motion Chiemba. I'm a Senior Internal Auditor, and I'm very happy to be here with you today. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Protocol observed. My name is Taib Lubeka, and I'm the Head of Treasury.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All protocol observed. My name is Sumin Namaganda Msinguzi, and I'm Manager Corporate Affairs at Uganda Development Bank. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Diana Okochono. I work on the Trade Finance and Working Capital Desk. If you need support with that, I'm open to answer your questions. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. My name is Susan Nangwale. I'm the Manager, Equity Investments at Uganda Development Bank.
Murilo mutamwena, amazina ni Nsanzumwira Alexander Nsawa, kandi ni nkora mu department ya agriculture. Nituyamba abahinzi n'abalimi okukora projects zabo kugira ngo zaje no misho kurungi. Mwe bari munonga.
So what you if you're a farmer or kuronda financing in the agriculture sector, ugonaja kubona kuyamba hamwe na Kakonge.
Thank you. My name is Hosea Semakula Katamba, Investment Manager for Human Capital, that is Health and Education Services. I thank you.
Mubarebe faces zabo muzimanye so that if you have any question in a particular sector, na nomtent wa mushanga na he can address the question.
Thank you. Good morning, all protocol observed. My name is Birunji Faith Mulondo. I am the Digital Communications Officer. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jovia Kozoa. I work with client relations. So if you need assistance with anything in that department or anything related to tourism, you can approach me.
Abantu mwena bija n'abatangira amazina ni banyeta Byamukama Andrew ninkora na Uganda Development Bank ninkora mu sector y'abakweta investments ninkora nka investment officer y'abantu wende sente zo kuhinga kurisa amwe n'ejo ujubi nacho bakweta fisheries no basa kumpikaho tuganiremu then turebe nka UDB twakwa sente mwe bari munonga kandi nitwenda atwaruga hanu twamara kuruga hanu esente tuzine mwijabine projects zanyu mu agriculture tubaye sente nasigandi Andrew Byamukama mwe bari.
Good morning. I'm Wanume Mwima Ibrahim. I'm an investments officer for infrastructure, and we'll be glad to work with you all. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Lilian Apai. I work with records and management. Thank you.
I know some of us understand Luganda. Amanya gange bampita Barbara Kasekende. Luno olunaku lwakuna ku mulimu. And what I do is to help you understand how to funding gets to you. I think it's the most exciting job in UDB. I'm very excited to be part of the crew. I cannot wait to start working with you and see you grow. And
Good morning, everyone. My name is Akatumba Christopher. I'm transporting most of the members you have seen here from places A to Z, wherever it is possible and necessary. Thank you.
Okay, I guess all of you know me. Yes, yeah. Apart is in terms of money. So all your questions, I am the one in charge of the business. I portion them. Therefore, all your questions here have to be the boss will be the one handling this question.
And my name is Joshua Alan Mwesiga. I work with the bank. I'm the Director of Strategy and Corporate Affairs. So before we go into the Q&A, I would just like to notify us all that Omjenyi Mukuru Werizoba, you are supposed to cover His Excellency the President, Konkaya Jrecherwa, he know we are Tumakumujrechera, who will be with us in a couple of moments. A representative who will join. Allow me also notify you that as part of this symposium, various business institutions within the Greater Ankole, those institutions, we are truly intent on delivering impact in this region. So those organizations that are helping on that journey to deliver impact, so Goma Barha later in the day. So now we're going to go to this morning in Tuija Kushaba. because people walk up front and ask their questions. So Tuija Kushaba, I think we'll have 5 on each side, and my colleague Barbara will support on that. So I think we have, for starters, Happy Kakuru and Humphrey Muruhura. Muruhura, please come up front. Ntuza kushaba ngo mwijaho misho abakwenda kubuza ekibuzo. My colleague Barbara naija kukupikinga so that we jo buze ekibuzo. Hariho some students, I think 2 of them ababashabire kugira eki babuza, that is Happy Kakuru na Humphrey Muruhura nza bashaba mwijo misha. So please okay. No, you'll use the other one.
Yes, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bonnie Chichoncho Kasheja Mutunji, currently farmer now. I'm here as a farmer. My question goes to, in reference to the presentation that we've just had. In regard to getting the money, I was trying to understand better. If I have land and I've presented as part of my, should I say collateral and everything, can that be part of the percentage that is my contribution? Can it be seen as contribution to the percentage that you talked about? Secondly, if they told me that you need a survey, a visibility study, and possibly at this moment, I don't have the cash at hand to do the visibility study. Would the bank support the visibility study for me? Are there procedures I can take to request the bank to support that visibility study? Thank you very much. Those are my few questions.
Thank you. Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you very much. My name is Jane Karinjiri, Mrs. Ndahajire. I'm a business woman for the last 30 years, so 25. My company is Dumac Enterprises Limited. All what you presented here, it has all that. Naye, we are, first it's a compliment. I thank UDB to come over and clear the air. Honestly, the name we have out here, as far as the UDB is, in the business sectors, it is different from what you have presented here. Quite different. Thank you for coming. Actually, the other picture has now been washed off, and we are now having a new picture on you. Because we have been knowing the UDB, it's impossible. You can't go there and get money. Though we are knowledgeable, we have information, there is money there for all the sectors you have mentioned, but it's inaccessible for simple people like us. So we said, let's leave UDB, let's go to our bankers, who actually bankers have helped us, though with the difficulties, with our 20% interest rates, 24 for all these years. We have done great things with difficulties because we can't access favorable and friendly funds because UDB can't be reached. Now we have known we can reach you.
Thank you.
Now you have told us all this, how we can go about it, how we can approach you and you help us. But where do we find you? Do we go again through our commercial banks, which we have been using all these years, or we go straight to your online applications and we explain and we converse and you access, evaluate us? Where do we find you anyway?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Shall
much.
clarify that. And true, UDB is your bank, Vincent Zanyu, so it's accessible to everyone.
Yes, good morning, everyone. I'm happy that I'm part of UDB Bank because it is our bank. I'm Clever from Revival Radio, Ankole Diocese, and I thank the presentation that has been just finished. Government of Uganda has done what it takes to decentralize services closer to the people. Branches from different regions. And UDB Bank, do you give other financial institutions money so we access this money? And if so, from what? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Clever.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ankole Collins. I'm a personal assistant of Honorable Kato Muhammad, MP Katerera. But on this case, I'm here to inquire and ask UDB if there is any way that can make it possible for the young people, the youth, to access that loan at a rate that is subsidized, not like the general public. For example, you find these are young people, even on the requirements you are talking about the collateral security. These are young men who have just maybe graduated, or they have not even graduated, but they want to achievement, and those are the requirements you are talking about. Another thing, since you have come to Ankole, we are requesting as UDB, you can also get officers look forward for those responses. Thank you.
Councillor Montia if you have a similar question, Montia will provide that clarification. You may not
start businesses. It's called Educate Uganda. So we're going to track the people that are going to have a symposium, and 100 people from Ankole have been able to access credit, and we are coming back to recruit more, because it's one thing to come here and it's the other that people will come and are not able to access this credit because we are not anywhere in Ankole. Come back and tell us, we came, we provided credit, but none of you was willing to take it up. Thank you.
Thank you, Godwin.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. My name is Richard Muhanji. I am the Managing Director of Muhanji Dairy Farm Limited Products. I also do embryo transfer and cattle exporters company, which is best to give us 12% on the side of the farmers. I think that is a bit high. You need to look in. I have done farming for quite some, need some little bit patience. Let's look into Ministry of Finance.
We'll give clarification on that as well.
Okay, so 10%. On the side of accessing financing, we, for example, like me who is in processing, in most cases, if you can identify manufacturers of some of the equipment instead of money, that probably model would work, because sometimes you go into processes of acquiring money, then that could help us.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Can the other two presenters please just keep it to one question because we are running out of time? Yeah, thank you.
I first thank the moderator of today, and I also take a vote of thanks.
Please talk into the microphone, we can't hear you.
I also thank our President Yoweri Museveni for this program, and also I thank UDB. Where are the UDB offices in Imbalala? Then another question is that I wish we should have...
Thank you.
Thank you, the moderator. I'm by names of Kakuru Happy from St. Joseph's Vocational School, some business clubs, and really when you compare the way how we are running our clubs, I don't know if we can get some support from UDB.
What kind of support are you looking for?
Financial support, because when you compare the way how we commenced and how making and mushroom project.
Okay.
Egi niyo microphone y'abakiga ngufu kurungi hati naninyenda nkunshoborereho kace eshonga y'esente za gavumenti eziriyo negabira abantu tikugira ngo nebagabira konka hati esente nez'emiringo ena 4 types of financial interventions. Permanent Secretary wa Finance ariyo naija araza kubashobororera kunganye nareba ngo nanta bagambire you will be misled na nowe motoka bona bazo mu UDB no tero mungara okite hati leka nshoborore bati haroho abantu mweno is it 35 or 39%? 39% haroho abantu abaryo mu 39% bine kibine esente zabo ziraza kwija mu parish model. Ezo sente general eziyabera ari kugambanye mwazo 79 billion zanyu zikuza ahamuruka hati ezo nezanyu kwa wino rutoche kanke mweningi ibiri wene emiyembe entekisha tu okwenu yoraze za UDB to kuzibasa zigumire bino busente buke konka bari mu bina byanankeji bya sakoze tuko kandi barakoremera mu abantu bari kumanya hati nkabahesi zizo musako zanyu muze kuziguza okwe omuyudi zo sente omuyudi biti ziriyo ziro mu myoga kandi mwazo mu myoga mugendero mu group yanyu musako tokaza yowe kangu batu oine business yawe oine company gwenu nko ku business yoni ebaga nko weduka ninga bamwe bakuguza mate konka intasya abo kubana waza ha UDB wija na premo baraba kureba reba so ezo sente ziriyo mu post bank da nezindi banka government ezitireyo orasa kuguza kwisya that money is being disbursed through banks. Sente za government zirahe is interest and show that you are registered business. Brucey aditi mwatulira mgwenu checho kwikalizi ngai 50 billion mpaka nito tuli kuzibasa ezo so mgwenu woina bizibu otarasa kubimalira muri miliyoni gana then uje tugendane kukazazira kwera muri miliyoni 10 oze mu post bank woleda miliyoni 2 oze mu myoga
steremo amukabishengo mu ngaro abo clarifying ekintu eki but just to give his remarks a little more context, there are some specific details that the UDB around what types of businesses go to UDB. I can't go there for a border loan. There's someone for that. We also have other partners. In agriculture, we have partners from Bank of Uganda who will explain. Ebindi, let me invite my team. If this part of the bank access funding is unclear, you may please pass.
Lessons to speak in very good words. Problems with my farmers who own. Just to, in addition to provided some package. If you are a farmer, you are in a farmer groups more wanting maybe together. Of you has only one son, you reject as association. Person can now give the monies to you, the association from you and they remit. So we are not explaining to you this morning. I actually borrow as long questions here. It's small businesses. Where is our woman who comes from Kaberebere, who is in charge of smallholder? Support. So a few things here. Director Credit said, when you see, yes, that land can be considered as part of your contribution to the business. We have a gentleman there called Ivan, see who is there. So if you really have a project, application Jen, who has, so our business model, yes, through online you can apply. But secondly, we have relations managers who are all over. You can have an arrangement with the Post Bank that you can apply through Post Bank, particularly for the applications to be taken to us. Some of you have asked for branches to be here in Ankole and so representative offices in every region. If all goes well, before the end of this year, you should be, if we have all the approvals, you should be able to have 1 or 2 or even up 4 offices at a region. You want interest rates of 8, but you know interest rates has cost elements, so we are working on that in near future. Okay, this is the most important. How do we track the benefit of this symposium to our prospective businesses across the region? So those businesses, we are able to follow up all these businesses in the 13 districts. So we shall be able to tell from this symposium, this is the number of businesses we got, this is how much we got, this is how much was approved, and this is how much was dispersed. So we should be able to symposiums. Director Credit has explained to you. Business support for business advisory services, that could fall under incubation or innovation. And of course, we'll look at them Barara University. So those could be some of the aspects, especially to support our young.
Thank you. Responded to both by Mahmoud and Mr. Stall there. In the event you have additional clarifications, please be able to reach the team. You may please take your leave.
Business manager in the, yes, and the branch is right here in Barra.
All right, Madam Pamela Mbabazi, the chair of NPA.
I have to mention about Dr. Mbabazi. Ladies and gentlemen, do with it. You've heard of the NDP3, okay, National Development. Inspire development in Uganda is because of what you need to do. One, in regards to be able to fund, please get knowledge of those sectors that we need to play in. Over to you.
Thank you so very much, Barbara. So it gives me really great pleasure to welcome and introduce, but also an academician, a friend, an amazing for Bishop of Ankole Diocese, the Right Reverend.
Me well, and thank you, Honorable those who are gathered here. I think our guest of honor is not. I had an opportunity to chat with him on Saturday, and all key stakeholders. This is hastily put together, and I begin by appreciating they were kind enough to have a team to come and visit, and we are so excited to have them. Ankole Diocese is a transformed and prosperous church through the Great Commission. About 200 Christians. We used to be a big diocese, and but I thought we gave away concentration of other activities other than, you may be surprised, different institutions, including churches. And this school is government aided. It has 900 students. So government pays the workers, of course, some of them anyway. So you can see all that is the effort of church. I have young men. I'm the oldest around. It can be verified. We pay and all those. We remit. We are compliant. Uganda shillings made in the last 8 years. Last year we made a profit of 2 billion Uganda shillings. And we are only operating here. Those in Kampala, we are inviting you to Sheraton on 10th March. The university you have heard, which is going to make a memorandum of association. We have 2 years ago in Ghana, out of 125 universities, it was the lead university in Reform. It is an incubation hub for ideas. The students are so good, we are practicing. Anyway, we don't have 125 enough in Uganda. Church land. And we have planted 138 acres of coffee in households. 138 acres of, and actually in March this year we need, and we have been looking around Operation Wealth. The other day was with Tofa, one of your soldiers, General Antlets for March, this March. We don't have them yet. We need them for coffee. Mechanization, by the way, we don't have a tractor, and tractor 1 acre. So we don't even have a tractor, but you can see what we are engaged in already. So let's get money low cost, which we can work with. And it is very reliable, very dependable church house, 8,000. So the value, coordinate all these and they like, but later, younger than even the other one. How old are you? How many? A story of vanilla goes, after he said, I'm doing something. Later, when I'm creative, it is in the, let me leave it out. In vanilla. Unbelievable. Them, I was told a story who bought powerful houses. Personally, I have 2 acres. Yeah, pray for me. And about 6 health centers, loans, and for COVID. If you do an assessment, Ugandans don't do assessment. At least Dr. Barije has told me. And at least for financing of some infrastructure. But otherwise, we are so much. Many of you get us wrong. May the Lord God bless you.
Amen. Lord, I was start. When you have such an organized church, why would you, for putting those statistics forward, we would not have known them. But you're on ground with the people. You know what is important. With a regulatory body that I know you all need to hear, investors are there in bring you stalls and not bring you people to see. Just give us a few, just a few guests we have in the house today to come and see how they can partner with.
Bishop, dear, introduce our guests to travel back. The general, the chief convener, yesterday, his class, he didn't find it in Greater Ankole. Use them. It's a team of investors, managing director, Michael, please start, and their team. They have come here. We are allow me, take them with a few people. They see what we do, and they go back. Parliament, from Greater yesterday, representing Shema, Wampara County. Honorable Kalvenje, please stand up for recognition. And we proceed with our program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Can I just have a unity comes but once in a lifetime. Use this chance.
It goes beyond the land that I have trodden. It's in the way I live and walk in the nation.
You don't have to go actually, because we are continuing with our presentations, and honestly this next presentation is one that is very critical because we are getting that from URA, Uganda Revenue. Thank you.
I am Uganda. I'm your child. I'm here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we get on with the area, especially when we are doing SMA business. Yee, money, they take away our money. But this is the time to understand we're talking about the economy when we are talking about. Further ado, I will invite the Commissioner for Legal Services, Mrs. Patience Twala said it doesn't. All right.
I would like first of all thank UDB for giving URA an opportunity to make a presentation here. For those of you who have been here since morning, you will have the things that they look at is tax compliance. So even as we prepare to go to UDB and where you come in or what you need to know in terms of moving forward, you do not want to have all the obligations at UDB to make sure that people who want to access the loans, we are able to help them. And that means having a lot of discussions with the taxpayer, having discussions with the UDB to make sure that the tax compliance is one of the conditions that indeed are fulfilled. So I'll just talk a little bit about the URA. But we need this money for the country to develop, who must be able to collect. It is always a fraction of what you're earning. If you do not have any income, there is no way URA is actually going to tax you. So one, the Minister of Finance in terms of other policy measures. And this is very critical. We want us indeed to make sense of other general taxes. That these are your taxes like income tax. When you're bringing in items, these are taxes at importation. So those are the two main areas, domestic taxes front. So in doing that, what are we are going to focus on? And through the presentation, you've given the client a good service. Like it one day now to get the registration. If you have your national, and we are continuing to work with partners. So all our platforms, for those of you who deal with URA, we are online. So you can be able to file your returns to be able to transact your business, transact their business. We are also, much as we've been around for Ugandans who do not understand must change and who must be on the ground, to be able to show now is that we are going to be coming to the ground. We have all our offices spread out, but we'll also have the tax clinics. And this sector of agriculture, we need to be able to get people who are in that sector that we are making in terms of these businesses, debates. And I'm sure very soon we'll be able to get to Bahrain. Why must I pay taxes? We need to move away from the notion that taxes are a burden to make sure that people indeed understand that when you're paying a tax, compliance is very key to be, because they have pulled out the partners that we need to be able to move forward. Because as URA, we cannot raise this money all by ourselves. We need everybody to play. We have also simplified the payment plan agreements with them, so just to make it easy. You can even use your local governments are also coming in very key because they are on the moving forward. Really, what I'm saying is that let's move together. Tax is something that is going to build our nation. It was against the background that indeed many times would come to that yes, when you go to the hospital or when you're moving on a road, able to do, and these are some of the things that we are going to be running. If I can have the presentation up. And we have said no, we must dispel that. Conditions are a little late, they are lower than if you are a foreigner. But in these incentives as well, you will be able to see that government has been deliberate in making sure that certain sectors have been pulled out and highlighted in terms of investment. And that is a very key question, because then you do not want to go into a sector that is we need to look at. These are key focus areas that we have. So the mandate I've already talked about. Presentation for incentives, this is not the one. Richard, can you make sure sectors that we are focusing on to make sure that indeed there is good value, or that people are able to know where these incentives are. Number one is agriculture. Value addition, because as you all does flourish. So we need, it is one of the areas that government has actually pulled out and said, if you come and invest in this area and you'll be able to see them. The other area is looking at promoting. Hospitality is another one. That also, like our Honorable Robert. So manufacturing is one investment in the manufacturing sector. Okay, yes, strategic sectors. And it forwarding, I said, yes, as government, we are incentives. So like I said, we're going to come and invest in agriculture. There are incentives that you can benefit from for this area because we have a number of sites within the country. So we are promoting, construction is very key for a country to develop. You must have a good, through now, which I've been talking about. So number one, what you need to know is that these are the word incentives. You can interchange it for. One, the biggest one that you have is that you're going to have an income tax. And taxes, as you all know who are in business, it forms a mind. But we have segregated them into people talking about that the law has now made a distinction between a foreigner and us, the Ugandans, and incentives were primarily being enjoyed by the foreigners. So if areas also, in addition, that is also very key. And these are mainly warehousing forward. We need an IT infrastructure. I've had the president talk about...
Brought to you by